state more than $1 million for COVID sheltering costs during the pandemic. The grant will reimburse Maine DHHS for the cost of hotel rooms between March and July of 2021. During that period, the state rented about 235 rooms at 6 different hotels in order to quarantine first responders, healthcare workers, people in congregate shelters, and homeless families or individuals who have been exposed to the virus.